South check in. South check in. A lot went on today in court, as I should say. This is a Nipsey Hussle update. Late night hours, because I had to wait on all the press release to come in. And it's pretty much the LAPD and the sheriff trying to paint a picture of Nipsey Hussle as being a full-fledged member of his organization. The man charged with murdering Nipsey Hussle outside the South Los Angeles clothing store surrendered without incident in the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department in Bellflower. As far as, he surrendered to the Bellflower Sheriffs, or the sheriffs in Bellflower, 2 days after the shooting of prosecution. Witness testified. Deputy Ryan Sowles told the downtown Los Angeles jury that I guess he went into a place or a location on Artesia Boulevard location in April the 2nd, 2019, after getting a call from Eric Holder Jr. at the facility. So there's some mental illness facility or some hotline that he called, I guess, or some form of another hospital or mental illness facility there. Did you have some information that he was wanted by Los Angeles Police Department? Deputy District Attorney John McKinley asked, I guess, the sheriff deputy. He said yes. The sheriff deputy responded. He was just standing out there looking in our direction. He was alone. And the deputy testified. We called him out, and I guess to our direction, and we detained him without incident. Los Angeles police detectives subsequently arrived at Lakewood jail to transport Holder and to collect the clothing that he had been wearing, according to the deputy. During his opening statement in Holder's trial, McKinley told jurors that Holder had worn the same clothing during the March 31st, 2019 shooting of Nipsey Hussle, and he surrendered himself to the mental clinic in Bellflower. His attorney, Aaron Jacine, told jurors in his opening statement, Holder is charged with murdering, Nipsey Hussle. He goes into the counts and that they grew up in the same area, and basically, I'll post this on my Instagram. I already have, actually. You can read it word for word, so I don't want to, my reading gets kind of sketchy at night, so I don't want y'all to think I'm, a little slow or nothing, but hey, it's a lot to read. So this is on my Instagram. Go to AMillionHits Instagram. I posted these on there, but I do want to say a lot has happened to paint an image of Nipsey Hussle in a negative light. Well, you got LAPD, you got sheriffs running across them 50 times or more, whatever. I've ran across them 50 times or more as a journalist, a photojournalist, keeping people from celebrating Nip Day, or keeping people from actually living comfortably in that area where you having police constantly pull you over. You're not always feeling like you're wanted in that community, though you stay there. So the run-ins that they had with Nip, as he was selling his CD, getting his music out there, he was always working or hustling in the community, was actually harassed by the police officers. And I'll go into a video, because the reason why I know he was harassed, I have a video after the assassination of Nipsey Hussle I need to play you guys. And in Nipsey's own words, as you see the sisters getting pushed and tased and beat up at a party recently, in which it coincides with the officers who patrol the community of 77 Southeast, Newton Division, and so on and so forth. It even happened with Ezel Ford's family, as they were trying to protest. And out of that came the Black Lives Matter movement, but the Justice for Ford movement was first. Well, in a case like, what was going on in Slauson and Crenshaw area, a lot of brothers don't protest, and I get it. They have a more cooler way. They kind of get into their music, they get into their hustle, so they can drive the latest cars and kind of shun down on police and show them that they get money and they really a factor in their community. The police look at that sometimes as they're doing something wrong. So the run-ins with Nipsey or anybody else in that community, I'm just saying Nipsey per se, was that of him trying to make something of his rap career, because those run-ins happened prior to him getting those deals, whatever he was doing for his venture. And you can paint him in a gang-banging light, but those who know on the spiritual level know that the bloodline, the age he died, and the image he portrayed as he put God on his face shall rise. And all those who came, the cavalry, the last tribes coming together. The final battle is yet to come in this case. But yeah, you don't have to testify, or you do or you don't, about it. But something happened on Crenshaw and Slauson greater than just what people can realize. And then you would have to have been there to understand why, in the words of Nipsey Hussle, God will rise. And shortly after that came the mass thanking and all the mass graves. And then obviously the racist groups that popped up out of nowhere with a major protest and the snatching down of statues, and obviously the insurrection. But this leading up to the insurrection, you can see the same officers who testified today against Nipsey Hussle, trying to paint him to be some demonized character. Well, this is what they look like even before and after Nipsey was gone, even after everybody decided to come together for peace, all the whole communities. This is what LAPD decided to do on Nip Day, and treat people as if this mass thingy or Nip thingy didn't matter, and they got an iron fist to rule. So check out this footage in the words of Nipsey Hussle. This is a remix version. And thank you, Nipsey, for putting this out there again. His music is obviously the new Pac. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what anybody say about him. But listen to what this brother was saying exactly to what is to date happening now. It's almost like he foreseen something greater for his people in this song. So, in the words of Nipsey Hussle, I let him end with this, And it's a real deep song, and it's real touching. But if you're going to sit here and say anything about our dear brother and paint a picture of what kind of work and he did in the community, then look at y'all work from the eyes of us, because this is what I captured. Since you want to, oh, well, I ran into him 50 times. I mean, what about your racist approach to every run-in with a billy club or a push and treating our black women like this? And to the brothers, y'all need to get out there and stand up for these women and get out there and talk, and speak and protest about what obviously occurred before and after Nipsey Hussle's passing, because something great happened there, greater than just, the hood that he grew up in. It's your boy Mason 933. You watching Million Hits 2022. The countdown to the summer of 2022 for the gone and never forgotten. Long live Nipsey Hussle as the marathon continues. In Nip's own words, peace.
Sometimes I have to remind myself. Sometimes I have to remind myself that on my worst day, I look like somebody in their graves. Don't let your demons take you down. Introduce them to heaven.
Niggas go to college, niggas go to jail.
See it?
Make it in the heaven, ooh, so make it in the hell.
I know I do.
Nobody wanna lose, nobody wanna fail, nobody wanna
an indictment. Swear I hope that I'm wrong, but just in case I'm on my tip. Forever on some fly shit, however illogic. Spend a regular nigga monthly income on my outfit. See, I was front they house with rocks inside of my mouth. When jealous niggas that hate me had they feet up on the couch. And then we made it out, and now we standing here. Hope niggas don't think this type of shit gon' magically appear. If so, I got some news for you. They say like some bitches to sing the blues to you. Pay attention to hustle, I got the rules for you. Made my way through the maze and I left some clues for you. Now it's up to you, are you gone? Take heed and get paid, and scream all money in until your dying day. Say fuck the middleman, get on your grind to save. Or are you more the type to have your mind enslaved? They telling me they believe and I got style for days. And when I do drop an album, they'll be proud to pay. Still out here on this mission and I'm miles away. Somehow I feel like recently I found my way. Yeah, it ain't no feeling that could rival those. And you could pop a molly, you could sniff a pile of coke. You could make 100 million, fuck 1,000 hoes. But when it's all over, all that count is how the story's told. Case, that's the tradition, either that or 6 believe no. Still somehow I understood that I could make the seed grow. And that one day that tree will bear fruit to feed my people. That one day it's upon us, grab your fork, it's time to eat, bro. Slauson that piso, rapper CEO. And if we all actors, I guess I'll be Al Pacino. And it was all after when they thought I was finito. It's not my Valentino, it's what I got up my sleeve though. LAX to JFK, then on our way to Heathrow. At the Polo Lounge in Harris, sipping cappuccino, spending pounds. Every purchase, man, this feeling has no equal. If you come from where I come from, it's rare that you see folk that did it like I did it, but I do it cause we need more. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s kill him with that submarine flow. Like every man of honor had to conquer Rob De Niro. Like Ginger in Casino, or that runway light in the heat. That shadow in the grass when Vincent shot him off his feet. In other words, life is just a fight against your disbeliefs. That's why I'm screaming I'm the greatest of all time like Young Ali. Play Muhammad to these false prophets in this industry. But I'm just me, catch me cruising solo in my 2CV. ENC, rap the Roosevelt with Rimpo smoking weed. TMC, flashing lights like Kanye album number 3. But I'm gon' be from RSC till the day that I die. So I crack my beat and hit the gas on them.
Niggas go to jail.
You see it?
Make it into heaven. Ooh, so make it into hell.
I know I do.
Nobody wanna lose. Nobody wanna fail. Nobody wanna die.
DC3.
Nobody wanna care. The things we do.
So it's your boy Mason 3D3. We're on Slauson and Crenshaw with LAPD's disassembled a riot group or riot gear, tactical gear, and so on and so forth. So this will probably be how they're going to respond to hostile crowds starting tomorrow if they call a 24-hour lockdown for the coronavirus. Now this order's from Donald Trump himself, and we don't know if they're shoot to kill orders at first or it's arrest, because they just got 4,000 beds or 4,000 whatever have you at the convention center. It's your boy Mason 333. We're on the corner of Pico and Figueroa. So I want to stop right there because again we get into the mask thingy, and one thing he did say, Nip did mention in his song about indictments, how LAPD and the feds had a open case on, you know, those brothers over there. That case is still open. So don't be surprised whatever they use in this case. They can try to do, you know, basically the same thing they did with Young Thug to the rest of, you know, that area. And now we'll be monitoring if they try to do a RICO act on that area, you know. So we have to say that. So it's very informative and very important that we pay attention to the information put out from the defense side, because it's painting a picture, almost, you know, a picture of that, you know, that group is involved in this and that, and it's very well coming from the very person where the allegations of, you know, what came about. So again, I stay in my lane, but if you're gonna paint that kind of picture, then obviously the feds will pick up the case and create a, you know, a bigger issue out of it. So we got to pay attention for what's in front of it, because God can give you everything in front of you and you still won't see the truth. And we have to pay attention to that, you know. So in the words of Nipsey Hussle, God will rise, and he has risen. It's your boy Mason 933. You watching AMillionHits. May the family of Nipsey Hussle get justice. And may, this end, very well. And if not, if it doesn't end very well, then obviously the insurrection trial going on with everything else could very well lead to a clashing of racial tension. Not only with police, but with the racist groups that infiltrate the ranks of all the law enforcement, from Proud Boys to executioners and whatever Nazi groups that drive, people to kill African Americans and obviously use others to do so. God is real and God has risen. And at this particular time, we have to prepare for an exodus, and if you truly are free from the chains. Are you willing to go back home to your motherland and finish the prophecy? It's your boy Mason Light 333. You watching Million Hits 2022. Long live Nip as the marathon continues. Peace.